Greetings, family, and welcome to the Art of Rising Flow State Conversations. I'm your host, Omar Garcia. We're coming out of North Bergen, New Jersey, and we are the Omziel Healing Sanctuary. We're so excited to be here and bring you another freestyle episode here. This one is really going to grab you by the short one, so just stay right there. I just want to briefly say that the Omziel Healing Sanctuary does a number of things, and one of the staples seems to be the ice plunge. We're having an ice plunge this Saturday. So if you're listening to this, we want to give you half off, naturally. But we just don't get into the water. We do the breath work first. And it's an amazing event, like the endorphin rush that you receive and the dopamine that is flowing through your body is just amazing. So yeah, come on down for Saturday. That's RSVP, naturally. And let us know. So I'm here with my host, the hostess with the mostest. Come on in the room, brother.
And somehow it is already made people what in the world? In the name of laziness and on the other side of that coin, focus. Time is probably telling you, what's going on in the world versus what's going on with you. What have you been worried most with? Coming at you live from Savannah, Georgia.
All right. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, brother. That's it. We're going to start calling you the Minister of Fire because your energy is just through the roof. Bro. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So yeah, that's today's subject is laziness. And, we're going to lose a few people on this one. You know that, right? Once they hear that, right away, the ego starts to posture up and be like, nah, they're not going to tell me, and this and that. But yeah, we encourage people just to stay tuned, man. You might listen up and learn a few things. We're going to go for about, 40 or 45 minutes. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it, man. So you tell me, Brother Denzel, when you hear the word laziness, man, what comes to mind?
Well, what brings about laziness for me is just a lack of purpose or reason. And I say that through my experience of being on the side of like waking up every day and being thrilled to do what I do, design homes, design gardens, and teach people the ins and outs of what I do, from students to elders to whoever. And laziness, what comes to mind is just that, like, what are you here for? You don't know what you're here for. You distracted. Laziness to me is just that, the lack of purpose, and we'll dive deep into the most deepest of masters say about laziness, and what that means for us.
That's beautiful. When you speak like that, you talk about like the masters too. You ever see one of those old Chinese movies, the kung fu movies, and then the guy goes, "Master, please teach me all the kung fu that you know. I need to learn, please, master." The master goes, "Okay, come on in. I'll teach you. Go get me some tea, right? Go clean the dojo. Go iron my, shirt." And he's like, "Hey, what are you talking about? I've been here like for weeks and weeks, and you're not teaching me anything, But there was the lesson right there, not to be lazy, to be active, to be proactive,
To have a purpose within the monotony of the day-to-day, like develop a deeper purpose than just a task. And that right there just cuts through like me and my lazy habits, because we all have them. Like, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. I know you have your moments, Omar, in a day.
No, actually, I am perfect. I was born perfect and I passed perfect. But
oh my God,
we pick up some garbage
oh
along
my God.
the way. Yeah. So, Don Miguel Ruiz speaks about that in the Four Agreements, that we're just domesticated, just like dogs. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah. So all of those things that you don't like about yourself, don't beat yourself up on it. Don't kick yourself down the block too far. No, because those things were instilled in you.
Exactly.
You see. So when I was coming up, there was not much discipline. My mom was a stay-home mom. Her education reached up to like the third grade. And then my dad was an odd job worker, hustling the streets and stuff like that. So I
Uh-huh.
got like two sides of the spectrum there, Denzel. I got like the mom stay home, and there was some things many she did around the house, took care of the kids and stuff like that. But then there was dad that was always out, moving around and doing all these kinds of things and teaching me a bit of that, like, go out there, let's go get it. But then
Yeah.
mom in front of the TV watching 25 hours, day of television. I got to see a lot of TV, and those things were instilled in me, and they just were, they didn't serve me well in the later years.
Yeah.
How about yourself, brother?
Well, one thing I'm reaching back on is, like not just what I do for work, but what I do for rest and how that ties into like how I rejuvenate myself. I could see in like my own familiar patterns and habits that when you get off work per se, that's the time to just completely let go off the road. Like, but in actuality, that's the time to really spend with yourself. It's very easy to feel like, oh, it's time to be lazy now when you're done working, like when you're done serving a client or whatever, like what you do, Omar, you do for other people, you probably do it for yourself as well. And so I'm learning how to like stop that, unlearn that pattern, that frame of mind. Like, oh, I've done so much work. Now it's time to just, as I always say, let go of the road. But there's always something you could be doing, like in the name of like active rest or whatever, just crafting a skill in order to just continue building upon whatever it is you're building. And that's what we're talking about here on the Art of Rising, right?
That's what Omziel is all about. Exactly. As I was coming up, man, I mean, my laziness was so chronic, Denzel, that I can remember. No, I'm not kidding you, bro. I remember just staying at home on that sofa. If I got up, it was to get something to eat and go to the bathroom. And then I was like that for weeks on end. Sometimes I didn't even want to look outside. I had the curtains, closed. I didn't want to see the outside. I didn't even want to go out, because it was just so chronic. And some people might call that depression, and maybe that was, I don't know, but what I can tell you is that it didn't serve me well.
The thing about human emotions is that they operate on a spectrum. And so like laziness, depression, let's throw another one, guilt in there. Guilt. All those are kind of like, hanging around each other. So whatever you want to call it, that's why I always say, like, what's the medicine to the negative aspect? And that's like purpose. One word, people, purpose. What's your purpose? What do you do? What do you daydream about? What do you want to create? And that's something that really like got me up out of my like, whatever I was going through like in 2018, 2019, and relearning myself and discovering the deeper parts that needed to be healed so that I could just be the best me.
Wow, that's deep, man. And there's so many side effects too of laziness, right? It not only makes you less productive, but it kills your ambition. Anything that you want to produce and bring out, whatever dream that you have, laziness is just runs opposite to that. It also causes diseases and obesity, right? Which can reduce your lifespan. People don't know that, but they're thinking, I'm just lazy, I'll do it tomorrow. Listen, you might want to pay attention to that, for real.
Yeah, have you heard that saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything?
Yes.
Man, that right there, like, man, it'll make you check yourself if you're honest. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Like, how much better can you prepare yourself for the next day? And what does that mean in terms of your overall performance as a person? And, what are you doing when you finish shaving? Are you like cleaning off the sink all the way? And it's all these little things that it's so easy to just like, oh, I'm gonna just do it later, or
right,
purely glance over it, try to ignore it. But we all know.
I think of Inky Johnson, right? One of the motivational speakers. He was a football player also, and he was injured, and he entered into the arena of motivational speaking. And one of his points is when people tell him, "Well, I'll just do that tomorrow," he tells them, "Who promised you that? Who promised you tomorrow? It's not written.
Where does
There's no
that come from?
guarantee. Yeah,
Where's
there's
that
no guarantee that tomorrow's going to be here for you, you know."
Yeah, where does that come from? It's like we got all the tools we need, and it's like this box we gotta check. I'm looking at boxes I gotta check on my little bulletin board.
Right.
But me both know that sometimes procrastination, laziness, is like creeps up on you. You
Yeah.
just find yourself wasting away precious minutes, precious
Yeah.
moments of focus, deep focus moments that could really just have you jumping and quantum leaping into success.
Where I think that it comes from is, first of all, our upbringing. It's monkey see, monkey do. And the first 7 to 8 years of our lives, we're super, super impressionable. We're like sponges. So anything that we see in our environment during that first 7 to 8 years, it sticks with us. It forms our character, right? And then we start thinking that that's just who we are, right? And then society is there to reinforce that negative belief system. You see, when we go outside, check this out. When we go outside, we are bombarded with something like over 2,000 or 3,000 messages.
So noisy, bro.
What are the messages saying? I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not white enough. I'm not black enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not slow enough. Like, I'm not educated. I'm not, I don't have the connection or the complexion, all of these things. They're messing with our head to reinforce that. And then you just start spiraling down and you get that little voice in your head, the roommate we always talk about, telling you, nah, listen, don't worry about it, man. Nah, just go home, bro. Go home. Look.
Be a bare knuckle match with that sucker sometimes.
Oh,
turn the lights off. Give me a
I
chair.
get it on.
The bat with the spikes on it, bro.
Oof, man, we have it out, me and the roommate sometimes, and then he goes quiet for a little while, right? And then he's tricking me because he's quiet in the background. I'm like, yeah, I got this, bro. I'm doing this. I'm lifting. I'm running and all that. And then he'll sneak in just when I get a little tired. He knows exactly when to slip in and be like, hey, man, slow down, bro. You don't got to do, man, just go home. Yeah. Watch a little TV. It's not going to bother nobody,
Oh, man. We worked hard today. Oh.
Yeah. I could tell you this, Denzel. I haven't seen television in years. Like a movie, I haven't seen a movie like in, I don't know, more than a decade. Like, I couldn't tell you the newest movie. The newest movie I can tell you is something like Barbie, right? Yeah. And the reason for that is because they shove it down my throat. In every advertisement, every little internet thing, they pushing these, movies out, Yeah. And then Netflix, they really got the handle on laziness.
Remember the day where you had like scarcity in what you could like watch and whatnot?
Yeah.
There's an element of scarcity.
Yeah.
Now Netflix, freaking HBO Go, HBO stop and come back later to watch every movie.
Hulu. Oh man, you name it. You name it. It's crazy. Remember the TV?
You don't have enough time in a lifetime to watch all that TV.
Yeah, TV used to go off at a certain time. Right? Now TV don't even go off. Now and then you had to be paying for cable TV. That was something if you had money, But now, Netflix, I think it's like $10 a month. You could just, drown in movies. For real. I swear, I spoke to a good friend the other day, and they were telling me, man, my business is not doing so good, and I don't really know what to do. And man, I got some ideas, and I know I should be working on my TikTok and my Instagram, my social media, and getting out on the YouTube. But here I am at home watching Netflix. I was like, come on, What do you expect to get out of life if that's what you're putting out? You understand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's quite something, man. Laziness is something. Wow. It's not for someone who wants to do something. You mentioned earlier something wonderful, Denzel. You said, why are you here?
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep, bro.
I mean,
That's deep.
creation is what separates human from animal. Like
Mhm.
we get to actually like plan and execute on things beyond our innate patterns to breathe and eat and poop. And
Right,
when
for
you realize
sure.
that, hey, everybody that has a religious or spiritual backbone, with that backbone comes a mission, it comes a message, it comes a ministry, it comes adversity, it comes all that wrapped up in a package of what you're supposed to be doing with the wisdom of, what you spend your day to day thinking about. Like, for example,
Mhm.
I'm always I'm literally up in the clouds. Like sometimes I can feel myself like flying a drone as if I'm not flying a drone, kind of
Mhm.
seeing what's going on in the world around me in the name of architecture and agriculture, breaking things down and seeing how much better we can like build around us. So, for example, to have a grocery store that I could walk to, or so that I have a greenhouse in my backyard. Like, what does that look like? I'm always doing that up here. So, how do I turn that outwards into an expression that I can offer value? Well, that takes focus.
Mhm.
That's a big
Mhm.
question. Everybody has that. And it takes focus. It takes day after day, like hammering it. Big tree, small axe, chopping that sucker down. Like, what
Mhm.
do I do? What do I like to
Mhm.
do? What does the world need? How can I wrap that all up in one? Ikigai, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
All of that.
Mhm. Mhm. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's one of those things that you would have to self-realize,
Yep.
and that's what a lot of people don't have. And like you mentioned about being perfect, and I tell you, yeah, it took me a while to learn that I am perfect. God doesn't make imperfect things, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to say that usually when we see a deer in the forest, we usually go, "Oh my God, that's God. It's perfect,"
Yeah.
right? When we look at the mountains, we look at an eagle. Oh my God, that's just perfect. But we don't reserve that for ourselves.
Yeah.
When God made us too, God made those things, God made us, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, in between, we pick up some bad habits, you
Yep.
see. So this is really what we're talking about here. This is the root of it. Procrastination and laziness really is just those habits that you have. You
Yes.
have to start creating good habits. They're gonna suck. Trust me.
Yep.
I'm talking from experience, not something I read in the book. They suck. You have to get up. Man, I'm out there running. Sometimes I could go 7 days, but I also hit the gym too, and then I'm holding down a day job. So it's I have to give and take some of these things. But I throw in some yoga and breath work and ice plunge, all of these type of things. But something to do strenuous, like working out for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Oh man, this is the mental game, bro. Then running every day, cold, snow, freezing outside, bro. I've went out when it was brick city, bro.
Yeah.
That the water was running. There's some parts where you can see some like river water and stuff like that. It was just frozen solid, bro. And that's it. I'm out there. Let's go. Let's do it, bro. Pushing past that little voice in your head that says, nah, you don't have to do it. Sleep a little bit more. But it took me a while to do those things, man.
uh, huh.
Mhm. Mhm.
Pleasure in the process and the preparation. Just have that pleasure. Hmm.
Yeah, there's plenty of pleasure in it. It's always the reward, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that one before, that God places the best things in life on the other side of pain
Yeah.
and suffering. Whoever made this made it like that. There's no way around it. People were always trying to find the easy and the less suffering and all that. No, No, man. No, that's not the way, bro. It's not the way.
Yep, you're gonna feel it. But
You,
what are those habits that are like your habits are like your anchor, and like laziness, just
Mhm.
that's what they call drifting. I think that's
Mhm.
Napoleon Hill that had the conversation with the devil or something like that.
Yeah. Conversation with the devil. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Talking about drifters and how like
Mhm.
don't find yourself becoming a drifter. No lack of direction and
Yeah.
purpose in life, and it's like wow.
Hmm. Hmm.
What that means is that you're literally like
Yeah.
you're not in control of where you're going.
Hmm.
Every single day
Hmm. Hmm.
you don't realize where you're at, why you're there, how to get out
Hmm.
of it, what to do, why you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. The enemy's right there waiting for you. Go ahead. Be lazy. Just sit back, kick back. Oh, I deserve it. Oh, I work hard. Let me just lean back. Right.
Yeah.
And then I got brothers telling me, oh man, the recession, there's no jobs.
Mm.
Man, I've been without a job for about a year. Things are just finally picking up. I'm driving a truck. I'm like, bro, that's because you decided to go drive a truck right now, bro. Because that driving truck, that's been that job, man, driving? Come on, bro. There's always jobs to drive, bro. I mean, just for instance, I'm just using that as an example. So people who say that there's no job, it might be the job that you don't want, right? Don't say that there's no job, there's no work. There is work out there,
Yeah.
Yeah, get up and go and do it. Apply, you
Yeah.
know?
And it's like in your off time, create those anchors to then hold your habits firm so that you can find
Mhm.
yourself outside of those non-desirable situations and find that situation that you desire. But that's only through
Mhm.
focus. You can't do it through laziness. You got to know what you want and say,
Right.
"Hey, I'm going in that direction, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna hit, but
Mhm.
it's right there. I'm going there. That's where I'm going."
Yeah, for sure. And that is one of the side effects of laziness is affecting your financial situation.
Mhm.
Yeah, for real. Like guys don't walk around like, oh man, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. You're lazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got all this weight on me. You're lazy. You're just lazy, right? So look, Denzel, you know, sometimes I'm a little hesitant about this because I don't want to come off a little bit too preachy or like, oh, I got all my shit together and everything. It's bro, I have days too, bro. I just like I'm in bed and oh man, I'm like I just don't want to get out and like there's these struggles. But I'm on fire 9 times out of 10, and then trust me, bro, I am happy with that. But people are just not paying attention to their habits, and when they get up in the morning, that's it. Let's go. What's the excuse that you don't work out or you don't run or something like that? You don't got the sneakers? Come on, man. you know,
Yeah.
you could run in chanclas.
Yeah, it was Jim Quick that I read that he made it easy, helping people understand the power of habits. It breaks up, the what it looks like to accomplish a goal. It breaks that up into tiny, small pieces. So you need a purpose. I can't say it enough. You need a reason why you want
Mm-hmm.
to establish a habit before you even think about, oh, I'm gonna put this in place so
Mm-hmm.
that purpose is fulfilled. So
Oh, for sure.
that first, boom,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
put the habit in place, and then start tracking and seeing like how is that going. Am I falling off the horse? And it's like the triangle. The picture of that those three steps like a triangle,
Mm-hmm.
almost like that recycling triangle. Just keep doing that, and you'll find yourself just right in your jam. Your definite chief aim and going right along your way. And I speak for myself, man. Like not knowing like how in the world I'm gonna do this architecture stuff. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting there looking at $3,000 like software bills on a yearly basis. Like
Mm-hmm.
how in the what? How, bruh? Job applications after applications and relocating. And it's like, how? But then it's like, Denzel, you're in the middle of a housing shortage. Don't ask how. Just ask who and connect with people. But know that's what you want to do. Have that purpose.
Right.
Build the skills. Boom, I find a software that I can use that's cheaper, one-time pay, and just get it stepping along, man. And that's literally that's my fast-paced allegory on how good habits and a purpose will come together and create like exactly what you need for yourself.
Definitely. Don't worry about the how. Yeah, that's a big one for me too. Because if that little roommate, oh come on, how you gonna do it? Oh, you ain't got the money. You don't have the education, bro. Come on, you don't got the connections. You don't got the experience. You're not a professional. Yeah, for real. You just gotta keep going. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I urge everybody to check out Who Not How. It's the latest audiobook I've tapped into. I've read it, listened to it twice already. It's powerful. It's like whatever you want to do, someone's done it or someone has done it. So connect with enough people and find your way towards doing it better. Whatever you want to do. Like it's that simple. Don't spend all day trying to figure it out yourself. Connect with folks, build genuine relationships, and discover like what does that collaborative effort look like.
Yes, definitely. And the Who Not How, that's by Dan Sullivan, Dr. Benjamin Hardy, right? Yeah, good stuff. And people should tap into that. I have yet to listen to this audiobook. You turn me on to it, but I'm gonna tap into that very soon. I've been so busy. But I stay in the audiobooks.
It's like you get that one, you get that, and then you get a 12-hour work week. It's like Ultron's left and right leg.
Yeah, for sure. Easy. Oh my God, yeah.
Good stuff with that.
Yeah, that's another thing. I tell brothers, what book are you reading? What book are you taking in? Oh no, but if you tell them about the latest Netflix, they'll tell you. Yeah. Oh, did you see what happened to my man? Bro, come on, bro. Yeah. People who watch other people do things is because they don't want to watch themselves. Right. That's what it is. Look at yourself. You be the action hero of your movie.
Yes,
because that's how I feel. Exactly. I feel that I am the star of my movie with a soundtrack playing in the background, bro. Yeah. For real. It's like that for me.
Yes.
It took me a while to be like that. It took me a while. Sometimes I look back and I go, how did I get like this? I just
there's a lot of people that have played those games, whereas you have all these different skills, and you gotta like level up those skills and whatnot. Just like be the best player that you ever thought you wanted to be. You want to specialize in a couple of other skills, but the point is, it takes a grind to get that XP and get them skills up. Everybody knows, like, just played a video game. They know that. I say to speak on the gamification aspect of like getting out of your laziness rut. Just find something to gamify. Like, how many calls does it take to make, one coffee sit down, and me gamify that and create a whole positive feedback loop over connecting with people and then landing stuff that I couldn't even imagine. It's because I'm in the magic of the process.
Definitely. And I say start small too, right? Because I tell brothers, do push-ups. What are you doing? You're working a desk job or on the computer? Man, set your timer for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then try 1 minute. And every time your beeper goes off on your phone, hit the floor and bang out 20. And then mark it down. I think I've told you this before. I was up to almost 2,000 push-ups in one day, bro. Yeah, I kid you not.
Told me that before.
Yeah, but the timer was I was doing something sick, bro. Like every 10 seconds, every 15 seconds, boom, and I would just hit it, and do that for a while,
And that goes to show you all the idle time that we can steal and recoup it in our days. That habit you told me kind of reminds me of my like draw one line habit that I've been working on cultivating. Like, just sit down and just draw one line, and I promise you to just take you away the rest of the way. Just draw one line.
Right.
You're gonna leave that one line on the paper. You're gonna draw another one.
Right. Right. You know,
Another one.
speaking of which, I love that segue. What we're gonna do now is draw a line right here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have you, brother Denzel. This is our commercial break right here. This
Yes,
is
indeed.
sponsored by Denzel Hill of Savannah, Georgia. Please, brother, take a minute or so. I want you to speak about the plant pods that you have. And I see your videos going a little bit out there. I don't know what that's about, but I can hear you.
What in the world? They are
Mhm.
conspiring against the message of
That's
food.
okay. That's all right. Look, I'll put you on
Anyway,
the side. I'll be the main frame here, but people can hear your voice. Talk about the plant pods. You have,
it
I
looks
don't
like I
know,
haven't.
3 minutes. Go.
Yeah, it looks like I haven't cleaned my glasses, but it's gonna be all right. But listen, y'all. The first time I saw What the Health was the last time I saw What the Health, and the last time I questioned whether or not the convenience that I bought into at the grocery store was worth my money, my time, my energy. And along that journey, I ran into the Tower Garden, a way that you can grow your food indoors, outdoors, on the moon. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, you can grow your food, people. And just think about it, right? Let's go back to the grocery store. When did that first arrive to us? Probably about 1910, 1920. That's very recent, folks, in the grand history of food. So what you have going on right now, just listen to me. Just hear me out. What you have going on right now is a system in which we buy food that doesn't have the nutrients in it like it did 5 years, 10 years, let alone 20 years ago. With the way that we're growing our food, right? You take the fact that we are tilling the soil time and time again. We are utilizing pesticides and big agricultural practices. It takes so long for food to get to us that by the time we eat it, it's like no wonder we're always hungry, starving, sick. We are winning a race, and like the GDP health crisis, whatever. The statistics on that in America are alarming. We're supposed to be a advanced society, but we're having all these problems with health. And so I urge people to just look at your food. Consider the fact that out of all the appliances that you have that don't grow food, there could be one that does grow food. And I want to offer people the opportunity to do that. Like the people that buy in Savannah, Georgia, I go to their location and I set them up with a flush of plants. The tower will grow 32 plants in one sitting. I mean, in one tower, and with that, you'll have a waterfall in your vicinity that sounds amazing, that smells amazing, that tastes amazing, that the kids adhere to. Dude, the Tower Garden, Omar, has transformed how I see things as an architect. It Just listen to me, and we're gonna talk more on that in the name of what in the food is going on a later podcast. But that's
Mhm.
man.
Yep, we're gonna take a
People
deep dive on that, especially that documentary. That documentary came out in 2017, and it's still relevant to today.
man.
Fresh. He speaks about the obesity, the diabetes. Right? You ever get that one? Oh, diabetes runs in my family. Yeah, because y'all been eating the same food for decades. Yeah, for real.
And in the name of
Mhm.
laziness, where does that come from? I mean, a lack of nourishment.
Mhm.
Put it this way, or just like have the come with me on this thought experiment. Let me say, you cannot hold a charge. You literally cannot hold a charge. Like think about a battery that can't hold 100% charge if you're not nourished to a certain capacity.
Mhm.
So you find yourself trying to focus and manifest that supercar that you want, that booming business, and
Mhm.
you want running on Chick-fil-A, fake chicken, freaking
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make that
It's
connection
scary.
with people. Like I feel the best I ever felt nowadays, Omar.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
But the
Same
best
here.
I ever felt after tapping
Oh,
into
same
things like
here.
food habits. Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you what, where can people find you if they're interested on some more information or to pick up one of these wonderful uh, what do you call them?
A Tower Garden.
Tower Garden. Go ahead. Where can they find you, brother?
Find me on Instagram. The handle's right there, Mr.Under1Sun. And you can inquisit this brilliant mind on Substack at under1sun.substack. I have discussions around food security, generational wealth, generational health, and all things architecture. I love to talk about what we can do to build a stronger community, a brighter society, design a brighter tomorrow.
I like that. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate you. So, yeah, and if anybody has some questions, they could always hit me up too. With it directly connected to Brother Denzel. And yeah, excellent, brother. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So getting back to this laziness, man, and these atomic habits, for lack of a better name, right?
Yeah.
Tell me something about you, brother. How does it look for you? What are your habits looking like? How did you get there? And what are some of them that are really standing out for you now?
All right. So it's funny how the morning of your days start the night before. Like, everybody just write that down. I promise you, you'll be 25% more richer than when you than if you didn't write that down, remember it, recite it, make an affirmation out of it. Because I can't help but keep telling myself that, like, yo, get your clothes out for tomorrow. Knock your list out. Knock the list for the things on your list out. You know, make sure all the dishes are washed. The dishes are washed super early. Like, put them up if they dry before you go to bed. You know, you need to wash clothes. You need to finish, like, tidying up your area. You need to, like, reset your, like, computer desk or your place of work. Like, if you can just hear me on that, just resetting the energy around your home. It's something that I do every day. It's like, I went through probably last week. I moved a lot of stuff around this house, inside and outside, because it was time to reset the energy. Like, we live in such a stagnant place. If you're allowed to be, like, how often do you move around stuff on your walls and stuff? And what does that mean for the implications of your mind just trying to innovate and bring new thought patterns into it? So I can't speak enough for those little habits that just create that massive layered cake of just mastery. And that's what I learned from Atomic Habits. Like, yo, just stack your habits, bro. Like, as the dishwater's heating up, go plug the iron in, and then go wash the dishes. By the time the dishes are done, the iron will be ready to iron the clothes. And it's like, oh my God. The mastery turns on autopilot after that.
For sure. Yeah. That would break laziness right there. Because if you have some sort of plan, that which you had spoke about that earlier, writing something down and having some sort of guide, right? You need a plan. So think about if I put you in a boat with no rudder and no sail and pushed you out and said, go to Jamaica, you know, you know what I'm saying? Right. But now if you had a map, and you had a rudder and you had a sail, then you can navigate and you'll get there. Get there. Maybe somebody will get there a little faster, or maybe somebody a little slower, but it's your journey. You're the one in the boat, and that's how you get there.
Exactly.
So yeah, as far as how my habits look, it's also those little things too. And yes, my day starts the day before. I'm packing my gym bag. If I'm going running, my sneakers are there. I got my clothes ready to rock, man. Like, I'm up before 4:00 in the morning today. I'm up. I don't know. It was like about 1:45 or something. I get up. I already turn off the alarm. See, I don't need it. Put my socks on. Boom. Put my gear on. Get my water, my salt. I'm already ready. See, half the battle is already set up for me already. Even I'm going to the gym, everything's in my bag. Everything, my hair gel, my whatever, man, my clothes and everything. And boom, toss it on. I'm out the door, man. Get in the car. I'm out. I'm at the gym, man. I got plenty of times. I don't gotta run and nothing like that. Nah, just move right in, man. I got time. I could bang out 40 minutes in the gym. I'm good. That's my habit. That's it. And then, trying to get to bed earlier too. You know, because some people be like, "Oh my God, you get up so early. You know, what time you go to bed?" You know, I try to get to bed a little early, man. You know, the body will feel it too. You know, ain't nobody, made like that. The body will tell you, "Hey, slow down." You know,
Yep.
so
Yep.
that's a great one too. Um, let me also say that before I start my day, I like to do some breath work. Right? There's a guy that I like on the YouTube. His name is David Palmer. He's from the breathwork community. Remember, we were doing those in the Zoom calls that we were having, right? Right.
Yep.
We did the men's Zoom call, man, for like 2 years straight, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking back, I think it was probably a little more than that.
Yeah.
And remember, we were always starting with the breath. Oh, I love that one, bro. Oh, hold it for 1 minute, and then it was like a minute and a half, and then the last one was the 2 minutes, and sets me. My engine is like vibrating. I'm ready for anything, ready for action. So I feel that if you don't put some of these things into play, then, you know, laziness just sets right back in, man. That little voice comes right in like, you're tired. Hit the snooze button, man. Nobody's looking.
It's so powerful. It's so funny how this whole thing plays tricks on you. Like, it's to the point now in my reality that there's a fine line between laziness and meditation.
Yeah, there
I
is.
can run
Yeah.
away in meditation, bro, and be like, "Oh, I'm gone. See y'all later."
Yeah, I'm meditating. Come on. Yeah. 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 True that.
Like,
Yeah, it's
no,
a fine line.
bro, get up, start now. You got all the insights you need. I'm telling on myself, like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
let me go like
yeah.
sit in the tree for a little bit longer before I start. Oh, bro, come
Mm-hmm.
on,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you also have to think that you see how people talking, oh, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be on the stage, I'm good. How are those things gonna happen if you're not doing anything about it? Oh, well, I don't got the right connections and all that. Man, start small, bro.
bro.
Go perform in the cafe. Take a 2 mile run. I
Run.
don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever that is. Take a YouTube. Look on YouTube. YouTube got like tons of stuff, bro.
yeah.
Before you had to go buy a whole course and all that. Yeah, you could do that if you want. You could, but what if you don't have it? Go to YouTube, man. Start fishing through all these good videos that are out there. There's a lot of junk, but there's a lot of good stuff there too. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is like deep metaphoric thought, and I kind of lost it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Like,
that's why. Yeah, yeah. Mira. This is a good
oh
habit. Mira,
man,
this is a good habit right here. Look at me. You see me? Pencil and paper, bro. That's why I got mine right here.
yo,
Write it down. But look, let me tell you this. I'll fill it in right here, brother. Just recently, I did the Spartan race. I tell you about it, right? I did the Beast, and it's somewhere between 13 and 15 miles. Oh, it was brutal, bro. It was brutal because they're at ski lodges, so it's mostly like leg work. Like I have to lift weights to get upper body strength and strong grip, for different obstacle courses. But a lot of it is just running and running up mountains, bro. Like you just walking up and your thighs and oh my god, bro, it's really tough, man. But then I look back, like how was I able to do this? Because someone listening will be like, oh, I can't do that. I didn't just jump out there and do a beast like that. Like first I went, it was difficult. The first one, it was short. It was about 3.5 miles because that's how they start you with short ones. And but then after I saw that was tough, man, I started training for them, bro. I was doing 2 mile runs every day around my local park there. You see the beautiful park that I have? It's JJ Braddock Park. JJ Braddock was the Cinderella man. He was a heavyweight boxer. In any case, so his statue's there. It's kind of like the statue for me, Rocky. It kind of like that, bro. He motivates me. But I was doing 2 miles, Denzel. Pero all the time, bro. 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, Sometimes I go like skip a day, man, but I did 2 miles for a long time, bro. Till one point that I knew inside, like, okay, now's time. You have to venture out. You have to. I got on the Google map and I started, tracing my steps. Where would I go? Up there, up the hill, around this way. And that's it. I just started like that. And then I went back to the shorter ones again, but then I said, wait a minute, let me stick with that longer one. It's nice. I could do it, bro. Come on. Oh, you could do it. You could do it, Then I run, walk a bit, run, walk a little bit more, run. And then, tired walk, but I do it. That's my habit right there. It takes time to build that atomic habit, bro.
Yep. Be gentle with yourself. Don't expect to freaking, pass flying colors. And like one of my greatest track coaches always told me, like, don't be a day off sometimes could be better than one more day. Like know that with your diligent habits, you earn the right to be able to turn it off. But that takes cultivation to know how to do that and when to like really accept that for yourself and know how to read. Am I exhausted or am I just kind of like, do I need to just do this thing right now and worry about the lack of energy later and then trust that the flow will arrive? That's something I always struggle with as a creator.
Right. That's great advice. Know some of those things too, like some limitations too, but you know what I say, Denzel? Push it. Push the envelope, bro. Whoever made us, the Ferrari that we're sitting in right here, bro, we're meant to test this machine frequently, put high octane fuel in it and then get out there, bro. That's the beauty of it. It's like race car drivers. Do you think that they're counting laps, bro? They're just going. That's it. They're not looking for the white flag to say last lap or nothing like that. They just, they floor it, bro. Yeah. They grab their position and get a new position and just keep going. Because why? That white flag saying it's the last lap is right around the corner somewhere. So they just keep going, bro.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. Just keep going, man, and track your things. Omziel, we're big on that. You already know. Get your calendar out, get your journal out, whatever it is, track it, write it down. Yep. How would you know that you're losing weight? Some people are like, you see them on Instagram, right? Couple of weeks, they'd be like, they even announce on Instagram, I'm back at the gym. I'm like, okay, and and then they start showing little pictures and videos like they're working out and shit, and then that goes like for like 2 weeks, and then you don't hear nothing. No,
yep.
Yeah. Then they go into real estate or like, okay, I got you. I mean, hey, cool. Whatever you get into and you want to, but write it down.
Yeah, this
track yourself.
It's revitalizing having these podcasts, and I trust that people that tap in get that food for thought, that ear food. It's like what I know it was Lil Wayne that said that on one of his very interesting individuals. Y'all haven't dove into like different, but he said that he doesn't write music; he just records. He's just always like this is myself. This is my world. Like I'm building. Don't worry about me. Like I've got nothing else to listen to other than myself. So I invite people to find that for yourself, man. Like you should have a journal. You should have multiple journals. You should have dreams and wishes that you're putting down and tracking. Like where the breadcrumbs at? How do I get there? Because I want it.
Right.
Desire just comes from your own selfish need. Well, it can, but like sometimes desire is encapsulated with other people's desires, and through that you can collaborate and create the world that you want. But you can't be lazy.
Right.
Can't do it with laziness. It's that simple, folks.
Yeah. It's crazy because I consider myself a very, very disciplined person, bro. Very disciplined. Yeah, I slack off sometimes too. And yeah, maybe I left my clothes on the floor and, these things happen too. But like I said, 9 out of 10, I'm on top of my game, bro. You know, I didn't just wake up like this. It took time, you know, but the journey is wonderful, bro. Push the envelope,
Yeah.
track your progress,
Yeah.
and let's go. Life is very short, bro.
Connect with other high vibrational individuals.
High vibration.
Hold each
Oh
other
my God.
accountable. Like, yo, you good? Like Omar say it all the time. Like, hey, bro, like,
Yeah. Always
good?
checking in, you know, and the same I'm with you, the same I am with dozens of brothers. Oh, yeah, I'm like that. Check in. How are you, man? What's going on? What you doing? You know, just like what? You know, then just try to let them know, man. Come on, bro. You're better than that. You're stronger than that.
Is the monkey on your back? Like my granddaddy used to say, how the world treating you?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Just push past your limitations, man. The only way you know that you're growing is by pushing. You know, I heard this thing the other day where the brother said, when you're doing something and you feel that you're just about to give up and throw in the towel, like you can't do it no more, you've only reached 40%.
Uh-oh.
Food for thought.
Mediocre, man.
Food for thought, bro. You see? That's how much we leave on the table.
Yeah.
We have that much more reserve. 60% we have that we're not using. That it's there. But we talk ourselves out of it.
I got some work to do, people. I have an announcement to make. I am not perfect.
You are perfect. God makes perfect things, man. Perfect things. You're a little twisted, but
got a little twitch.
Well, listen, man, let's close it up right here.
Yeah.
If you have a minute more, can I have a minute more of your time?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know I should have said this in the beginning and I didn't, but here it is. We're having the Purple Sage Festival on June 15th. Brother Denzel, you have to see the lineup, man. Man, 2 other people just jumped in. Musicians, bro. Full time. I mean, these are people that you have to pay them, bro.
Yeah.
But they believe in our mission and what is it that we're doing. And I tell them out straight, like, hey, look, you know, we're just building this thing. And they're like, man, listen, we got you. We're going to be there, bro. And I'm going to start profiling them on the social media.
Yeah.
You know, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube and all of that. They all have links to songs that they have out. The last brother I just told you about, he sent me his picture, his bio, and he sent me a link to Spotify that they're not playing, bro.
Sounds like something that can really help revitalize people, something that they can come to and have a good time, but also you know, fill up their cups. The Purple Sage Festival. For sure. Now, you can find us at omzielhealingsanctuary.com/events. That's where you will find the Purple Sage Festival. And for anyone listening to the podcast, just mention it to me and you will get a free sage, and it will be a purple sage. Ooh. Now, how do we get it purple? I can't tell you. Proprietary information. Proprietary blend. Thank you so much for this time. Thank you for this time too, brother. Okay. Peace and love, brother. Peace and love. Thank you. Thank you for everyone listening too. See you guys soon. Peace.